Cause we are the ones been fighting for the right to vote. The right to vote. It's no place that seems safe. So they've been praying for the night to go.
Welcome to Global State of Mind. I'm your host, Garnet. All praises to the Most High. Welcome, cousin Paul. Welcome, cousin Jovian. How you guys doing today? Let's start off. First and foremost, I almost forget. Subscribe, like, share. Don't forget to comment. You see what I'm saying? The more you like, the better it help us with the algorithms on the YouTube channel. The more you subscribe, the better it help us to get the word out. And you see what I'm saying? Just more people get subscribed to us too. You see what I'm saying? So don't forget like, subscribe, and share. We have a special host today. We have a special person tonight. I think our host said that, but we have a special guest today. Paul is going to be here. JD, how you doing? Paul, how you doing?
I'm good. What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? So yeah, people, if y'all don't know who Paul is yet, you know what I mean, just check out the intro and the outro. And that's all. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're here with Big Homie Paul. We're gonna have a good interview today with him, you know what I mean, getting some really interesting topics and stuff like that. So thanks for tuning in. Once again, welcome to GSM Global State of Mind podcast. And yeah, let's get it popping.
Paul, how you doing today, cuz?
Doing pretty good, man. Can't complain.
Give us a brief rundown of you know, age, type of things like that. Or you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm Paul. I'm out here in Atlanta, man. I go by the name P.Smith. Get some hip hop music artist out here and an entrepreneur.
Right.
And that's pretty much.
Where's all your music at?
You can find my music on iTunes, Spotify. We got a single we put out called Everything New. Find it on all platforms on there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now,
P.Smith or P.Smith music.
He's on the iPhone, so you know he big time. When you in the Apple store, you big time. So,
real talk.
No, real talk. Apple not let you in with nothing unless it well legit. You see what I'm saying? So you hear him say, you can find him from the Apple, you can find him from the Spotify, you can find him from the SoundCloud, Facebook, P.Smith. Find his music up. So, Paul, first and foremost, my big question for you, because you see, I am not musically inclined, but I feel like I'm artistically inclined. If you understand what I mean?
You're creative.
Yes. Like I get in the modes and I feel the creative juice and I come up with ideas and I feel like the ideas, you know what I'm saying, are the best ideas ever in the whole world. You see what I'm saying? But for you as an artist, how do you take that creative concept and then turn it into something actually materialistic, something you put on paper and then you perform in front of people?
You asking me what's the process of making music?
Well, not the process of the music itself, but of the artistic journey of coming up with the creating process of coming up with the idea, and then taking the idea from the idea to the we're in the artist form, to the pen, to the paper, or if it maybe, I don't know if you're maybe like Jay-Z, you don't write it down, you just freestyle it off of the top of the head. You see what I'm saying? But the process from there to the studio, then the studio to performing it. You see what I'm saying? Because for me, with the this link with it is I come up with the idea, and that's it.
What talking about music?
Yeah, no, I think the music just with ideas, period, are creative things. Like you're saying, I'm not artistic, but I'm creative. Like I can come up with a good idea for a thing, and the idea is really great. But there's
you don't know how to execute, basically.
Yes, I don't know how to execute that creative ideas.
Need a team, because sometimes the person is a visionary, but they're not a realist. So sometimes you're a realist, and then sometimes you need a planner. You need different people on your team, so that way the things that you lack, they can pick up. If you speaking on that level, like even Jay-Z or anybody who's made it, man, they made it because a team formed around them. Ain't nobody out there that made it that by itself. It's a team. You see in the line, but it's a team that is why they got there.
So that's the dislink right there for me. But and then the bad thing for me is I'm antisocial. So getting that team together, getting that team together sometimes is hard because I get what you're saying. Like I kind of figured that out too in my part in my state in my like level in life right now is that you need people to help you. That's why I'm like trying to find. That's why I want a wife, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I realize it's hard to do it by yourself because you're not going to be able to do every part of the project by yourself. There's going to be parts you lack in. And you're right, you know what I'm saying? You're going to need that extra person, not even that extra person, just that person that knows how to do that part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not an extra person, but it's definitely a person who plays a role.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, tell us a little bit about your approach though towards writing music. Where does the inspiration come from or the idea? How do you go about doing that?
Really, for me, man, music is a gift. And sometimes with gifts, you don't know how they work. You don't know the mechanics per se. It's sometimes a lot of mystery. Whenever you find somebody who got a talent, like a real talent gift, I'm not just talking about something they trying to do, but something that was put inside them. A lot of times I ask them like, how you jump so high? How you do that? How you do that?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. I'm just able to do it. So like when it started a long time ago from an early age at 6 years old was when I discovered I had to give. And it's like you hear certain beats, or you hear certain instruments, and it sparks something inside you. And then you feel that feeling, and then you just get to work. The worst part about it though is like sometimes when the gift is working, man, and you make a real good record, you can be intimidated by it because sometimes you don't even know how you made that record like that. And then yeah, man, if the gift was working, man, and you make a song and everybody like, yo, this is crazy, and then you be intimidated. At least me, I'd be intimidated sometimes by a record because I'd be like, damn, I really don't know how I did that. I really don't know how I put that together and it came out so good like that. And I find being in this industry or whatever, other artists and producers who have a gift, they'll say the same. Like they're not sure how they're able to do it. And the funny thing is, everybody got a gift, and it's something that you're able to do effortlessly that others can't. And I mean, it don't gotta be
music. Yeah. I think
don't come in no instruction, man.
Yeah. Hold on, run back where you said in end. I think your computer like or your phone kind of stick at the end.
I said don't come in no.
All right. Cool. So,
Still
all right, cool. Yeah, but all right. So coming from Jamaica, because you were born in Jamaica, or you were born in the States, Paul? Huh?
Is that better?
Hold on, run that back. I didn't hear what you say.
Is that better?
Yeah. That's a little better. I'm hearing you now.
Damn. You hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Having a little internet problem. Sorry about that.
Oh.
So yeah, I was saying, Paul. So I'm not sure if you were born in Jamaica and you grew in the States, or you were born in the States though. You were born in Jamaica, right?
Yeah, I was born in Jamaica.
What age did you reach? Did you come to the States? And what was that transition like? And you know the cultural difference and stuff like that.
If I'm being honest, I don't, because I was so young.
Okay.
When I moved to America, I think I was like 4 or 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you adapted naturally. Hey, Garnet, you hearing?
Yeah.
We're having a little technical difficulties, I think. But anyways, Paul was, basically going through his process of writing music and stuff like that.
Huh?
Yeah, run back what you were saying, Paul. I was briefing Garnet on what you were saying.
My apologies, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
I think it's my internet, yo.
Yeah, it's probably that.
Let me damn. Let me try something real.
It's okay, because remember we're recording,
right,
fam. So we can pause the recording right now and then we can resume it.
Where? Well, is it working right now?
Yeah, it's working. You got Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on the? Are you on the? Hold on, let me pause this for Dre. We got it.
Start about the live.
So,
all
yeah,
right. So Paul, can you tell us a little bit about your approach towards writing? How you go about writing your music and where you get inspiration from and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I usually take inspiration from the beat, whatever the producer made. I kind of go off of the vibes that I catch off of the initial, and
so
I kind of just take it from there.
Inspires the creative. The beat inspires your creative juices, and then from there you use
the beat. The beat is definitely like.
So it's kind of like you're saying. It's kind of like you know what I'm saying. You watch a movie, you read a book, and them say, "Yo, the man see the wood, and the wood tell him how to craft the perfect image out of the wood, like a wood crafter."
When you were what? Run it back.
So you like how like you like in the movies, you read a book and it's like a fairy tale or a fantasy type shit, and the nigga say he seen the wood and the wood told him what to craft out of the wood.
Yeah, something like that.
Like how you hear the beat and the beat tells you what to write to it. That's what it's. I mean.
Yeah, because like especially if it's a good producer, usually that producer has imparted something into that production. It could be an emotion, you know what I'm saying, that he was feeling when he was making the production.
Yeah.
And you tap into that, and you if you're definitely trying to make the best song for that record, yeah. But it's still a gift, you know what I mean? I can't exactly say how I do it, but it's just come natural. But like we were saying before, man, everybody got a gift. Everybody got something that they do effortlessly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Whether it's music or not, it's something that you had the ability to do that. I mean, other people might have even told you, like, like, man, you good at this, or man, how you always able to do that? You know what I mean? To do this. Yeah. And
people always told me I talk a lot.
You might have to get for gab. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a downside?
It wasn't really positive all the time.
It still could be a gift, because the ability to articulate your words, not everybody got it, and then other people can articulate, but some people can speak so fluently. You know what I mean? They can, sell water to a well. It's still a gift.
Yeah,
true. Well, the thing about, like you're saying right there, for me, I apply art to everything in life. Everything in life to me is an art form, an art process, or something in the way, because it starts with that creative process, and then you bring it to life. And all art starts from that birth here, and then from here they bring it to either here, or they build it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if you're talking about the process of a record, yes. Like if a lot of people, they just out here making songs. Like when you're trying to make a record, it's even after you finish recording, that's just the beginning of the process, man. And if you really want to make a record in this industry, you will come to learn, if you ever get into the industry of really making music, that you have to be accepting of changes to what
we're having
on this record is built. From mixing, mastering to it's a lot that goes into actually making a record, a good record.
Yeah, I've experienced. I don't know a lot of it myself. I've only experienced.
You got the average nigga like at his house with a setup just like you, making songs. You know what I'm saying? But we just ain't records and songs that he just making. You know what I mean? A record, something that you hear. A big production that you hear. Most of the time, anyway, is usually it's a process to get that record, to that point.
But when you're making a record, you have to attain a certain level of success before you even begin to approach.
Not true.
Nah, you can approach. You can approach. You can approach
putting
making
out
a
records all
quality
day.
record.
That's garbage.
Right, because at the same token, right, I'm gonna give you some examples. You because of the current, the way the industry is, you do have some artists that's out there in the limelight that I wouldn't even call a record. They made a record, and usually, like for instance, I give you a great example. Chief Keef had a song called "Don't Like." Mm-hmm. That's one of the worst.
Oh, he firing shots.
That's one of the worst.
You're firing shots. You're firing shots.
Nah, I'm firing shots. Yeah, it's.
Oh shit!
Oh man, we're losing this.
It sounds like
we losing you, Paul. We're getting you in and out.
And then
Paul, we getting you in and out, fam. We gonna need you to start that whole entire shot over.
It's a shot, whatever. It's the truth. The record is not mixed well, but it didn't matter because sometimes with the way the industry is now, your who you are, your persona supersedes music sounding like it needs to sound. Whether it's on an artistic level of saying the lyrics or whatever is up to par, because that's subject to whoever's preference. But as far as the quality of the sound, you can't get away from that. No matter what you put on the record, the quality of how the record sounds sonically, mixing and mastering, taking out, I ain't gonna go into detail, but taking out, different frequencies. There's a lot that goes into really sonically making that record is. But the average ear, on the average listener, they never hear that no way. But the time that an engineer will put into a record, 10 hours, doing so much to a record, the average listener can't even appreciate the work that's actually put into some of the best records. But there's some records out there that you can tell, you be wondering like, who mixed this? Who mastered this record? It sounds terrible. But this
so
industry right now.
So you're saying, say for example, because I've been in studios with guys and they go down there and the guy they go in there and they do their song and they come out and the producer mixes and masters it right there and it sends it out. You're saying that's crap. You need at least 10 hours to get a real solid mix and mastered.
Whole question. It was breaking up. Last thing I heard was,
So okay, so some guys go to studios, they go to the studio, and when they go to the studio, they get the producer with $200, $400, whatever, $100 an hour, whatever the price is, right? Producer mixes and masters the song right there on the spot and gives it to them at the spot. You're saying that's not quality. You need that good 10 hours on a album or on a song.
On one song. Usually, actually, man, if a person's going to the studio and feeling like they left with a mix and master record, that's impossible. The engineer might mix the record.
Oh man,
record to a level where you.
Man, hold on, man. We get
do to it. Yeah, so as far as what a lot of artists out here do, man, they'll go to a studio, they might pay $40 or $50 an hour. That engineer is not really giving them anything that's a record, really, man. Your most of your time spent at the studio at that time is really just recording. The engineer has no time to properly mix and master a record within the time that he's recording you. Or even when you're finished recording, what he does is he gives you a listener's mix. And what that is, he's just bringing levels up, making sure the beat is at like 0 dB, just making sure little things that you start off with is done. So add a couple plugins, throw a little reverb on it so he can listen to it. You know what I mean? Usually some guys will take that record and throw that on SoundCloud. That's not a complete record, you know what I'm saying? What you would do now is you would take that record, you would get with a producer, you would chop the record up, go back into the beat pool, make beat drops. Then the engineer needs to sit there and work on that record until it's properly mixed and mastered. And that could be a process that takes hours. You know what I mean? That's usually in the industry, that's usually something you do after you record. You don't even got to be the place that you record. You can find somebody who does very good quality mixing and mastering. You send the record over. They send it back. You got guys in the industry that people don't know about, like Hitmaker.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah, I know about Hitmaker.
People send him their records. He chop it up, play with it, mix it, master it, send it back. You know what I'm saying? When you a record, it's a lot that go into making a real quality record. You know what I mean? Yeah, so if you just go into the studio and you just getting that little regular mix, it ain't even mastered. You're just getting a little regular quick mix. That's not. I hear it, but I hear it though. People go out here, they perform. You know what I mean? And now they don't even go to the studio, man. They just buy their own mic and follow YouTube and make them do their own studio.
You believe that's a better process than going to the studio just to, you know what I mean, pay a little $50 or $100? No, because just like we was talking about a team, a good record takes more than one person to make. A good engineer is somebody who is not just working the technical side of that board. He's listening. He has an ear. So as you're recording a record, he might hear that, you know what, maybe your tone could be softer here, or maybe this could be like this, maybe this could be like that.
Or higher or lower.
Yeah.
Or anything, or hey, you know what, that just don't sound good.
All right, but check this out.
To me, what you're saying right now just don't sound good. And little things like that, if you're just at your house making your own record, man, you got no input, you can get to hearing something to swear that that's what sounds good, and then the rest, everybody else really don't.
All right, if I want to, let's say if I want to start rapping tomorrow, right? What's the...
Don't do it.
The best way? Nah, come on. I know I ain't got the gift, but I'm just for example's sake. But if I want to start rapping tomorrow, what's the best way I should go about it in regards to recording the music and stuff like that? Is it better that I save my money and I don't know?
That's for me, that would be too complex of an answer. But I'll say this, because the industry is a lot different, and a lot of people who are doing their thing right now, if you watch them in interviews, they'll be like, I started rapping last month, or you know what I mean? So I don't even think rap requires that much gift or ability no more nowadays. But as far as like now, it's just the truth, you know what I mean? But it works, and actually I ain't gonna knock it because it gives more Black people the ability to make them some money, I guess. But it kind of kills.
Also, it's a bad look, though.
It's from the culture, yeah.
It's a
Definitely.
bad
It kind of
look.
takes from the culture, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. But if you go, that's it's too kind of deep. That's a deep question. You know what I mean? But
Okay, Paul, let me ask a question real quick before we get off of this.
I'm gonna say this to answer that question. I'll say this, right, to anybody who's trying to start music, right? If you do start music, however you want to start it, whether you want to start recording yourself, pay money, go to the studio, when you get your record, when you get your songs, and you want to let people hear it, do not tell people that it's your record. Tell people that, go to somebody and be like, yo, yeah, man, you know, I'm thinking about managing, or my cousin is thinking about managing this dude. Tell me what you think. Take yourself far away from the record and then listen to that input, because then you might realize that you just need to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Because when you tell people that it's you, right? Immediately what's gonna happen is that people are gonna be like, you know, people are
that's
gonna be
a
like,
great idea, though. That's an amazing
it's the truth.
idea.
People are gonna try to placate to your feelings.
Yeah,
So
true.
They won't. But if you do tell them that it is yours, listen for things like if somebody listens to your record and they go, okay, then what you want to hear is that's not you, or that's you. You know what I'm saying? But if you just hear, okay, my boy, and see, and things like that is why people get on
that one.
That's why people get on American Idol and make embarrass themselves, because people will be like, okay, good, girl, you sound good. No good, well,
and they don't tell them the truth.
Sing.
Yeah, they don't tell them the truth. Like, you sound like shit.
Yeah.
That's like that's like having a friend with an ugly baby, but you can't tell. You don't tell him the baby ugly, but you be like, oh, your baby's so cute. And you be like, why you keep on?
Hey, nigga, you
don't want to hurt that newborn mother's feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but you say you tell the lies or the same thing, and you convince yourself that now I do sound good. But Paul, I had a big question that I was trying to ask you is this. So would you recommend to anybody right now, like it's kind of like JD's question too, I'll piggyback on his too, is would you recommend to any upcoming artist right now that's in the game, that's trying to get in the game, if you're recording in these studios that's charging you this amount of money to record and mix and master in an hour or whatever amount of time you're paying for, would you say to them, hey, do that, but send it to somebody else, or do that, but have an accord with the producer that, hey, I want this properly mixed and mastered? Do producers do that? Do they say, hey, okay?
Some, like
hold on, Paul. One more part to the question. And is that like a scheme? Not a scheme, because I don't know the art, so I don't want to disrespect nobody. Is that a way for producers to make money by doing that quick push out instead of saying, hey, you know what, I can keep this for a week, work on it, actually chop it, mix it down, and maybe get it to a better quality for you?
Yeah, that's actually kind of a known part of the game. It's definitely not a scheme. It's probably just you coming from the.
Say the scheme word off it. I don't want to call it a scheme. I don't want to.
I'm gonna show you. Like, you coming from the perspective of a person that don't do the music, so you don't really have a lot of know. You just kind of assume certain things.
Yeah.
Not the way that it works. When you're going to a recording studio, you're going to that studio to record. As an engineer, it's not my job to mix and master your record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to mix and master your record or even make your record sound like nothing. Now it's great if you do, because literally you can go to some studio, and I'll give this advice. Don't go to a studio where you just have an engineer that is just doing simply the job of pushing record. You need to find an engineer who's musically inclined that can help you build a record. That's what you really want. But some places you go to, you will just find a guy who's not interested in nothing you're doing, and he will just hit record. He's listening to you. You don't sound good. It sound like he sound like you heard you messed up on the first verse and you didn't. He didn't mention it. He doesn't care about that. He cares about pushing the button. I'm here for 2 hours. I'm an engineer. I work at this big studio. I'm here for 2 hours. This artist is here. I'm pushing a button. I'm recording him. You want to start? You want to do that again? All right. On my phone. You know what I'm saying? You want an engineer that is engaged with your record and is trying to assist you in building the song. You don't want a guy that's just a push button guy. But the way the process does work, though, a recording studio is just to record you. It's not to build this record. You know what I'm saying? You have people who do that on the side. You even have apps that even do it, that have algorithms to mix and master properly, supposedly. But mix and mastering is an art in itself. Many engineers and producers will also let you know, I don't do that. I don't mix and master. Some producers send their beats off to get somebody else to mix and master their beat. You know what I mean? Right. That is an art in itself. It's being able to sonically hear that record and hear all these new. It's a gift. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely didn't think it was that deep, but yeah, just opened my eyes.
I mean, it is even for like what y'all doing, investing in like some acoustic foam. All different things to get the sound in your room better, because sound reverberates, it bounces off of everything. You know what I mean? If I was in my studio now, which I can't because we would have no service, I'm sure that
you got the vault.
Where I'm talking, it probably sounds very clean because that room is acoustically treated.
You see, that's our plan too. That's our plan too. As we get further along, you know what I'm saying, and of course, you know what I'm saying, that we monetize the account and people start subscribing and we get likes.
Get some bread. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you honestly, it's not hard and it's really not expensive. If you want to go all out and fancy, you can spend a lot of money on some real expensive acoustic foam. But you can get like a pack of 40 from Amazon. It's not really that expensive, like a little cheap 1 inches. Because you're not like you're recording music. You just want the sound to stop bouncing. That's all. So just even 4 behind you, 4 in front of you, 4 to the sides. It's not a big science to it. It's simply that when that sound hits there, it didn't get the bounce properly, and the whatever did bounce stopped right there. It's not even, you know what I'm saying? It's little, you know what I mean?
Little less. I will be on Amazon tonight.
Yes, trust me. You can get the 1 inch. Get the 1 inch. You don't need a 2 inch or 4 inch foam. You ain't recording a record. Just get you like the little 1 inch. It's like You get a 20 pack, like 20, 30 bucks, 40 pack, 20, 30 bucks.
And just put them like the sections on the wall. They don't have to be grouped together, right?
You can if you want to make a design, but when you see all that stuff, it's cosmetic. You could literally just be slapping foam crepes on the damn wall if you want. It's just something to dampen the sound. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the wall or a hard surface, or like for instance, if you got a carpet, that's great because then that's not bouncing off of that. And then that's all it is really. You know what I mean?
Are you just into like making music, or do you also do like artist management and shit like that? Or
nah, but I've been told I should, but I'm not really a people person. Really, I'm antisocial as hell. I don't like people.
What do we do?
It's that shit runs in the family.
But I'm supposed to be an entertainer, so it's a conundrum.
Bro, it's a Smith thing. How do we do this, JD? What are we? How all three of us are like this?
I don't mess with people, man. I got like.
Cause we are the ones been fighting for the right to vote. The right to vote. It's no place that seems safe. So they've been praying for the night to go.